what I'm doing. So we'll see if this works. So maybe, oh yeah, you can see me now too, I hope. We'll see. I probably have to edit things before I put this out, but we'll see. Upload it to Patreon. Hi, welcome everyone. I'm going to make this a short presentation of the island project, and it's not going to be particularly technical. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the considerations and the first kind of test runs when it comes to make an island. And just on the screen right now you can hopefully see I have to see if I can get the island in the center here and also refresh. So this is the first bit of the island. It's about 25 miles from north to south, from over here to down here, and right now the colors look ugly. I made it's not properly textured. It's what I will call an efficiency or work texturing that I use for while I'm working, so I can see where the coastlines, I can see the ocean depths, I can see beaches, and I can get a I've also detailed the beaches and the slopes to the beach, so I can see what kind of nature the beach is. You see here, for instance, you can see you have wetlands, and these blue areas here are potential wetlands, areas that are in the flow zone, and they're also level, and that means that they can be so I can mask them and show them or hide them as needed when we get along, or as desired when I get to the actual mapping part. And let's see, we can move in a little bit closer here. So this is supposed to be an island in the temperate zone, where you have seasonal, meaning it rains in many parts on and off during the most of the year. It's cold winters, warm summers, and springs, and there's proper seasons like Europe, like the U.S. East Coast, the Northwest Coast, not up in Alaska, not that cold, but it will be temperate, meaning the seas can be fairly rough. So that you can see over here, there's quite a bit of erosion, and the beaches will be full of pebbles and rocks and stuff when this is done. But then there's 3 lakes on this island too, because there is quite a bit of rain. So we can see we have one lake over here, we have another lake over here, and we have a tiny little lake in this. I love this little area in here. There is 2 areas where I think it could be good for settlement. One is this, because you have a fairly deep entry into it. You have a shielded little area for a port, and you have a freshwater supply just around the corner. That's one area. The other area is down by the coast here. You can have, like, this is also fairly shielded, and it's a defensible position, and there is fresh water not too far away, so you can probably have a little bit or collect rainwater or something. So that's another potential area. But over here I like it to be see if we can't make a small town, or at least a village or something, with a little harbor or something down eventually when we get there. And I try to vary the coastline as much as possible. Here, the northern edge, then this end of the island I assume is towards the rough sea, so there's a lot of coastal erosion in this area. So there are pebble beaches, and when the winter storms come, they hit the rocks, and the waves can reach quite high up here. So this coastline up here has got quite a beating over millennia probably. And there are some deep channels going in here, and if we continue go this way around, as we go south here, you have part of the island where you have much more kind of lowlands, and it doesn't get quite a battering. And here we have an interesting area. This is kind of a coastal marshland, and I can see if we can move a little bit closer here. And this area can be kind of, there's technically possible that people can live here and get small boats in and out. So once you get in here with tiny boats, you can live here and be kind of fairly shielded. But there are some interesting areas around here where you can have agriculture and stuff, some coastal agriculture, especially around here, around the lake, and up in these valleys. The top of the hills here are not that high, about 500 meters, so about 1,500 to maybe about 2,000 feet up in the the highest peaks up here. So it can be a bit harsh up here. So sheep and substitute farming, so to speak, simple farming is probably the. But if you live on an island like this, you have fish. But the in the temperate area, if you have shielded valleys like this, you can have agriculture probably surviving fairly well. And there's also some areas in here where the erosion is not as harsh as up here. So it's a little bit more shielded. So there's a different, probably a harder rock down here in here. And my idea is to either start a bigger island south of here or simply extend this to become a bigger island. But this is my first test bit where I will develop. It's big enough that I can have all the features in it, but it's small enough that I can render it and kind of work with it. So this is the first test bed for the islands. And if we look at now I'm going to be a little bit technical, and we can look at what the actual programming of this looks like. So we have a whole bunch of controllers up here that we set things. So we have all the different terrains, we can blur things, we can set coastal erosion, we can set the coastal hardness of things, we can have rivers. I don't have any rivers on yet, just small marshlands, but I have a couple of lakes, and nothing is done with the textures yet, so that will be coming. And here we have the terrain. So this one uses 3 different terrain types, and I have blur, there is pre-blur, and there's post-blur. And then we have the terrain features, and the only thing I have here is hollow out, so I can have kind of indentures in the terrain for the lakes. And here we have the programming for the rivers and lakes and wetlands, and some blurring of the ocean floor. So as soon as things goes beneath the surface level, there is a blurring on it. And then we have the different masks, and the different masks come over here to the texture area. And what's here right now is my experimental forest part, and I haven't shown you that. That will be the next video and I will go and then we have the output here, and I will go into details on each of these bits, these parts, so to speak, the controller bits, the terrain, the masking, the river bits, the forest, and every bit in separate videos over for the cartographer backers, that you can have all the tiny bits. Then I will make a more kind of a general video for all the backers that I can show you what the projects look like, what the progress is, and various features and stuff that we can bake in to it. So I hope you can enjoy this and it works, and then I can go on and learn how to do this better, so I can show you better. And so now I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and hopefully we can have lots of these in the future. Okay, take care.